I love the story of Gideon because there's just so much in here that I can totally relate to. Not least the fact that Gideon takes quite a lot of convincing before he'll really ever do anything very much. And I love the occurrence where he's hiding in this wine press. So you get this great kind of ironic picture. Gideon is afraid, so he's treading out his corn and he's grinding out the grain in the wine press, hiding, and then the Lord appears to him and says, "Oh, greetings, mighty warrior." That's like me hiding behind some car or something like that, and someone comes along and says, "Wow, what a brave guy you've got over there." Gideon's afraid, and then he says, the Lord says, "The Lord is with you," and Gideon responds with, "Pardon me, my Lord, but if he's with us, why are we getting our heads kicked in by the Midianites?" And then a little later he says, "God's going to use you to rescue and deliver Israel." And then he says, "Pardon me, my Lord, but if that's going to take place, then why is he picking me? Because I'm the weakest in my family, and my family is the weakest in the whole of my tribe, Manasseh." And one of the things that the story of Gideon, I think, encourages us in is that God delights and actually prefers to use us when we are weak. And so a little later, when they get the army together to go and fight the Midianites, they're massively outnumbered anyway. And the Midianites have more camels than you can count. There's so many Midianites, and there's about 30,000 Israelites. So these guys are not, they're outnumbered 10 to 1. And God says, "You have too many troops." At that point, if I was Gideon, I would have said, "Really, Lord, too many? You don't think that maybe being outnumbered 10 to 1, we could do with a few more troops?" But God says, "No, send them away." So loads leave, 10,000 leave, and then there's 20,000 left. And God says, "No, you've still got too many." And so he whittles them down until there's an army of 300 against 300,000. And the reason for this crazy decision, this decision that no general in the whole of history would ever think was a good idea, is the Lord says, "I cannot deliver Midian into their hands, or Israel would boast against me. My own strength has saved me." God is saying, if I do it when you've got 30,000 troops, you'll think you've done it. You'll think it's your own strength. I don't know what area you're feeling weak in, whether you've got a personal struggle with a particular temptation, a particular addiction. Maybe you're feeling just weak in your workplace. You feel like, "I've been in this place for so many years now and I haven't seen a difference." Maybe you're feeling weak in your school. "Man, I really want to see this person come to know the God, and I haven't come to know God, and I haven't seen that happen." Wherever we feel weak, take courage, because God delights to use us in areas where we are weak. Because then when it goes well and when his will happens, we know that the glory belongs to him. And then we might say, "Yeah, well, maybe I feel weak. I just don't feel like God is telling me to do very much in this particular area." I'm willing to bet you that he's saying more than you realise. That he is saying things like witness and be kind and step out and pray for and have a word of knowledge for and expect more than often we listen. Too often we focus on our weakness and not on his willingness. God is willing to work through us, and he delights to use us in the areas where we are most weak. Then he gets the glory.